Hey guys, Genesis here, back again, creator of the Total War Amazonia mod. And what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be running you through some of the new features and some of the different, I guess you could call it mechanics, you can expect in the Hannibal at the Gates campaign. Now, as of the upload date of this video, Hannibal at the Gates has not been released, and it's not even finished in development. And I don't want to release an unfinished product. So you cannot play it right now, but I can assure you, you will have a release within the next week, at most. Now, don't pay any attention to the text in the middle of the screen because it has not been modified from vanilla, so it will be very misleading. It's not going to work. But you can go ahead and look at the faction traits and the map. Now, the faction traits, the same ones from the Grand Campaign, but I might add an extra one in there. The map, as you can see, it's the same holdings that Rome had in the original campaign. But there's something, and I'm sure some of you may have noticed already if you look up in the factions. What is this? Oh, we got Rome. Well, not quite. This is the Romano-Amazonian Republic. Now, the story goes is after the Amazons conquered most of Rome, some of the Romans decided to side with Amazonia, and they sort of agreed to have an Italian sort of republic run by Roman senators, people who were in the Senate of Rome, because the Amazons they acknowledged the political and military prowess of the Romans. Now these guys are independent of Amazonia. And what I mean by this is that you're not tied to being their allies. If you play as the remote Amazonian Republic, you can turn on Amazonia. You can take them over. You can go anywhere you want from there. Now, I'm going to jump into the game as Amazonia, I'm going to show you a couple of things, and then I'm going to jump into the game as the remote Amazonian Republic. Yeah, let's get rid of these. Now, first thing you're gonna notice when you get into the game is the Greek architecture. Now, yeah, in this campaign and in the Helena and Gaul, you will start out with Greek architecture, um, and by that I mean the buildings look Greek. Now you'll notice that the buildings themselves are pretty much the same as the standard barbarian ones, just renamed or changed a little to fit with the aesthetic. There's a reason behind this, and if you play the campaign, you'll realize why that is. Now, if you go into the faction screen, you will see, if you go up here, you got Cassandra, the character that you start with in the Grand Campaign, and then you see her daughter, Apollonia, and then if you scroll down a little bit, she's the one who's alive right now, okay? You scroll down a little bit, and you see a 1-year-old Helena. Yep, that Helena, the one in the Helena and Gaul campaign, because this one takes place like 40 years prior to the Helena and Gaul campaign. So she's still a baby in here. She is the heir, so this fits. Now, if you look at the families right here, you have the Helleno-Amazonian families and the Romano-Amazonian families. Now, the Helleno-Amazonian families, well, both families are quite self-explanatory, if I'm going to be honest. Um, since basically you swept through um, Greece before crossing into Italy and conquering Rome, the Hellenic factions, or Greece, has been assimilated into your kingdom. Now, at the start of this campaign, yes, you are a kingdom, but you can choose to reform into an empire. Um, and that's how you start in the Helena and Gaul campaign, as an empire, because at that time it would have become an empire. But in here, this is the crossroads, sort of middle ground, where you make the change from a kingdom to an empire. But if you'd like to stay as a kingdom, nothing's stopping you. Now these guys, they get, well, an obvious trait, like Romans. Uh, This is set there. It will never change. This one in particular is always going to stay there. Because as you know, the party traits sort of randomize every time we start a game. But the likes Romans ones is always going to stay. And for the Helleno-Amazonian families, there is going to be a likes Greeks one. It's not in here right now from as you are looking, but it's going to be there. As of now, as of recording this video, these two have no real effects in diplomacy. But what I'm thinking of implementing is making a system where the more loyalty the Romano-Amazonian families have, the better diplomacy you will have with the Romano-Amazonian Republic. And same thing goes for the Helleno-Amazonian families and a faction like Syracuse, since they're Greek, and Massilia. And you can go with Emporion as well. Now, units. The units are largely the same as the Greek units will get access to. But the difference is that you will get access to the legionaries and more Greek units right off the bat, right at the start of the game, just like in the Helena and Gaul campaign. You don't have to research some absurd technology to get to it. Now, if we are to back out and go into the main menu, and go and play as Rome, okay, so you start as Tarquinii as your faction capital. If you go into the houses, they're normal. You play as the House of Cornelia, and this character right here, I'm thinking of making it Scipio, Cornelius Scipio. You know, the guy who's actually in the original campaign that hasn't been implemented in here yet, though. The unit roster is exactly the same as the one that Rome gets in the vanilla Hannibal at the Gates campaign, but there is a difference. You will also get access to Amazonian infantry and Amazonian slingers. If we are to go in here, you'll also get access, well, these are in the game by default, so Etruscans, stuff like that. But these two units have received a little bit of a revamp. Now, if I am to jump into a custom battle, they're going to look different than the ones fielded by Amazonia themselves. And not only that, but the Romans also have a change in the way they look. Now let me just find okay, Romano-Amazonian, and then go into Amazonia. I will show you the units that have been changed, and you can see the difference right from the way they look. So let's just field these units right there. Yeah, whatever. Just Amazonian infantry. Oh, and as Amazonia also get access to the Soki line of units and the basic Roman units such as Hastati. Let's throw this one in here. Yeah, let's get rid of these guys. I'm not actually going to be doing anything. Now, as you can see, they have modified designs, akin to the ones you see in Rise of the Republic, but also similar to the ones that the vanilla Amazonians, or not vanilla, but the ones that you see the Amazonian units fielding in the Grand Campaign. These shield patterns, these helmets, all seen worn by the Amazons. As you can see, the color scheme as well is the one used in the Rise of the Republic, differentiate from the original Rome. Hastati also received some differences to their armor, some tweaks. And then you get the Amazonian infantry. And they're fully kitted out, sort of Roman style, as you can see. Some of their armor has received a little bit of a change, like these gauntlets or those scale shoulder pieces, instead of the more traditional, like barbarian looking ones. And they also have the Roman-looking shields. Now, if we were to contrast that one with the Amazons, as you can see, there's a difference. If you go into the study as well, as you can see, they look slightly different. Now, I'm not going to really show you a side-by-side comparison, but they do look a little more akin to the ones, like I said, as seen in the Rise of the Republic campaign, making use of some of the new accessories, clothing, and models introduced with that update. Now, this is all I have to show you guys for now, but you can expect, like I said, a release within the next week, and you get to play it for yourself. Obviously, there's everything you see right now is subject to change. It is subject to be improved, it is subject to be modified, and it is subject to be completely removed. But as of now, everything that you've seen at this moment, like everything that you've seen in this video, is going to be there at release, as well as a lot of other features that I'm going to be adding in. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.